All right, folks, listen, this is going to be a quick live stream. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you watch uh, all of my live streams. Just go to the live section of this channel and watch all the live streams. Just work your way back, okay? And watch as many as you can and as fast as you can over the next few months, because a lot's going to happen. If you know my two predictions, I have two predictions that on June 11th, there's going to be a spectacular event in Washington State where they're going to take a chunk out of the Apple State, okay? Out of Washington State on June 11th. And that connects to Elvis, that event, okay? It's the biblical beast out of the sea event, okay? And then the beast that has the head wound is Trump. Okay, Trump's gonna get his head wound on August 4th in Ohio. So those are my two predictions: June 11th and August 4th. Anyway, so um, today, because in America, Sunday, which is tomorrow, and for some of you it's already Sunday. Uh, Sunday. Well, actually, it's almost midnight here in Glendale, California. So it's uh, it's going to be Sunday. On Sunday uh, is the day before Inauguration Day, and so tonight TikTok went down. Okay, they killed TikTok today. But ever since they've been talking about this from the very beginning, I told you if it goes down, guess who's going to resurrect it? I told you that. And just hold on. Before we get to that, I want to show you this first. That Elvis showed up today at at Trump's, because Trump had a party today, and the very first thing Trump sees is this. Ridiculous. Let's just show this real quick, and then we'll get back to it again later. Okay, so Melania and Trump. So here's Donald, and Melania is right next to him, and look what's behind them. Look at this. Let's see if it plays.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 47th President of the United States.
Couldn't they find something else to play besides that crap with Elvis? So that was the whole video right there. Whatever the hell that was. So, and just to prove that that was what it was, let's go to. I have a bunch of pictures I want to show you. Actually, I'm not going to show you that yet, but let me just show you this real quick. So he was at some party celebrating his victory, whatever the hell. Trump arrives in Washington as inauguration celebrations begin with Elvis impersonator. Can you believe this, man? So the very first, and look, it's on the 18th. Elvis was born on 1/8. And look, the guy, where's his name? The guy's name is Leo Days. And Leo is the ELO. If you know what I'm talking about. If you guys watch my channel, you know what I mean. And Leo is the month of August connection, the Leo the lion. Anyway, like I said, Trump gets his head wound on August 4th. But it's interesting that they started with this Elvis, So, so what did I say to you guys? Because this is going to be a quick video. So what did I say to you guys about um, what they do with TikTok, when at first they said that they were thinking of banning it, I told you if they banned it, that Trump would resurrect it. And why is that? Because uh, because of the TT. For the people who don't know what the TT is, the TT is in reference to the Antichrist, because the TT is the double cross. Okay, and I'm not going to show you all the connections to the double cross here, because I've already shown it many times. Uh, but before I show you the connections with that, let me just do a quick understanding of how I came to the knowledge of this where the next 9/11 would be. And this is how I figured it out years ago. Okay, so let me just show you for the people who've never seen. Do you know who this guy is, this scary, creepy looking dude? Of course, it's probably just, the whole story is nonsense, But so this dude, his name, look at his name up here. His name is Mohammed Atta, and he was the pilot who flew the first plane into the tower. Okay, it was the very first plane that flew in, and look, it was Flight 11, and the towers look like an 11, right? The twin towers. Anyway, so his name was Atta. Okay, and this name, when I first saw this name and his creepy face, that's what I got hooked by that name, because I had never seen a name that started and with the first two letters and the last two letters being exactly the same. I never seen anything like it, right? Other than like dad and mom, you know what I mean? DAD and MOM, right? So ATTA, right? The ATA. This is so important. This is how I figured out what the next 9/11 would be. Because see, Atta, what hooked me on the name is when I saw that name, and then I realized Manhattan had the Atta, because that's where 9/11 happened. And they were calling it the 9/11 attacks. And attacks has the Atta, right? So I was like, wow, that's just crazy, right? What's with this Atta, right? And then I realized that the planes that hit were American. The first plane that hit was American Airlines, the AA, and it hit the Twin Tower, right? The TT, and that's the ATA again, AATTA. You see? So you think, I mean, if that's not scripted, I don't know what is. Okay. Now, how did I figure out that Seattle would be the next uh, target, Seattle, Washington? But really, it's all of Washington state. Seattle's just going to be ground zero, just like Manhattan was ground zero. Okay. So what is Seattle? So what has Seattle got that's connected to this ATA? Notice that it's got the ATT, okay? And I'll get to the ATT connection in a moment, but it's got the ATT, but it doesn't have the A. It's missing the A, right? But where is the missing A? It's right here. Look, the A is the Space Needle in Seattle. Okay, you see how it looks like an A? Do you get what I'm saying? You see it? Okay, that's the missing A for the ATA. Okay, and why is this important? Because ATA, I mean, uh, I forgot what I was gonna say. Wait a minute, what was I saying, man? Oh, because Space Needle, the Seattle Space Needle, the word Space Needle equals exactly the word fallen angel. And Elvis is a representation of Lucifer, who became Satan. Lucifer's the fallen angel, right? And Elvis is the representation of Lucifer, which I've been telling you guys for years. And so the fallen angel is the words Space Needle equals fallen angel. Exact same numbers. Okay? Now, so just real quick, let me tell you what else it has. Before I do that, let me before I tell you what else it has. Hold on. You notice that Seattle and Manhattan had the ATT, right? And it also sounds like TNT, right? Which is like dynamite, right? Who started the 911 number? What phone company?
According to Boone County, November 1967, AT&T and the FCC.
ATT. So you see, Manhattan had the ATT, Attacks has the ATT, Ottawa had the ATT, Seattle has the ATT, and AT&T company is the one who started the 911 phone number, and it went down on 9/11, the towers, right? I mean, do you think that's a coincidence? Come on, people. And the buildings fell 33 years after it was built, and it was 33 years after it went, after it was built, right? And how old was this Muhammad Atta? Oh, how come I don't have it here? Where is it? I didn't put. Oh, there it is. He was 33 years old. You see that? And the buildings went down after 33 years too. So you see all the connections, what I'm trying to show you? All the ATA, the ATT, American Airlines, AATT for Twin Towers, ATA again. And then Seattle has the ATT, and the A is the missing A in Seattle, because it should be an A to make ATA. And the A is the Space Needle itself. And Space Needle equals the words fallen angel. Just the word Space Needle equals fallen angel. And it's got a crown on the top. You see that? Like Alpha Omega, the AO. Anyway, so it's also got the TT, right? That's the whole point of this. The TT is the double cross. That's what this whole, kind of what this video is about, is the double cross. But before I show you the double cross connections, I forgot to mention this. Do you know that Ata looks like the word Abba? And Abba is father, right? Because I'm not going to get into the whole thing about the towers falling having to do with the father, son. Okay. But that's basically what it's about. It's mockery of God. But it looks like the word Abba, right? I mean, you know what I mean. It sounds Abba, Ata. But guess what Ata means? What does the name Ata mean? Hold on. Does Ata mean father and twin? Look at this. In certain language, look at this. I'm just saying, what is the chance, right? Look at that. Yes, Ata can mean father and twin. I mean, can you believe that? Father and twin. Look at that. I'm just saying, what is the chance of that, right? Like I just said, it sounds like Abba, because Abba is father, biblically speaking. I'm just saying that's incredible, right? And it's the twin towers that fell, right? Okay, now let's get back to the double cross. And why am I bringing up the double cross? Because they shut down TikTok today. And I told you from the very beginning that TikTok, because they were saying it was going to go down, I told you Trump would resurrect it. It's going to get, because Trump is going to get his head wound and resurrect. They're going to pronounce him dead, but he's going to, uh, come back to life. Okay. So he gets his head wound on August 4th, most likely in Ohio. But I'm 100% about the date, but I'm 99% about Ohio. But anyway, so he gets his head wound. They pronounce him dead, and he comes back from the dead, right? Um, and So TikTok, because it has the TT, the Antichrist number, okay, and it represents time too, and time equals 47, TIME. If you just add it up, Trump's being the 47th president, and Elvis being dead for 47 years now. It's all connected to this puzzle. Anyway, so let's get to the TT because TikTok was shut down today, right? Let me just show you this real quick. So I told you about all the TTs here, right? And the next 9/11 is on 6/11 in Seattle, the upside down 9/11. But that's not how I got 6/11. But it just happens that's what it is. 6/11 is when the next 9/11 is going to be on 6/11. Now look, TT. It just so happens that TT equals 40, right? But the reduced number of TT is 4. Okay, because T is the 20th letter, and 20 breaks down to a 2. So that's why you have 2 and 2 is 4. And that's why TT is 2020, which is 40, right? So you have 404, and it equals 44. And the kill number is 44, right? And the word anti equals 44. Anti equals the word kill. Okay, so when you say Antichrist, you're actually saying kill Christ. That's what you're saying. Anyway, so the TT is the double cross, the Antichrist, right? And who was killed on 4/4? Because we're talking about the 404 4/4. Martin Luther King was killed on 4/4, right? And where was Martin Luther King born? Atlanta, Georgia. What is Atlanta's area code? The first area code in Atlanta when he was living there, it was 404 area code. So the guy who died on 4044, the area code is 404. Can you believe this? So the area code for where he's born is 404, and he died on 44. And he died in the year 1968. Look at the prime numbers for 1968. The 19th prime is 67. The 67th prime is 337. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't believe I did that. Let me write it out. I can't believe I wrote that. Yeah, I accidentally put 67 instead of 60. I put, it should have been 68. Let me just write it. It's too late for me to change it. This is what happens when you try to do a video in less than 10 minutes. So he died in the year 1968, right? So the 19th prime is 67. The 68th prime is 337. He died in 1968 on the date 404. You see? And it equals 404 1968 prime numbers. 19th prime is 67, 68 prime 337. Do you understand how ridiculous that is? Okay? Do you get it? And he was killed on 4/4. And where was Martin Luther King killed? In Memphis, Tennessee. And where was Elvis born? In Memphis, Tennessee. Okay? I mean, where was man? I got to stop doing these late night videos, man. He died in Memphis, Tennessee. Elvis. MLK died in Memphis, Tennessee. So the king, Elvis, because Elvis was known as the king had the king whacked. Okay, and but of course, we're not buying the story, if you know what I mean. But anyway, so the king has the king whacked in where he was living. Elvis was living in Memphis, Tennessee at the time, and he died there eventually, supposedly. But MLK was killed there. And Seattle is in King County, named after Martin Luther King now. It was originally named after somebody else. So now that Seattle, where Seattle is in King County, is named after MLK. You know? Do you understand how crazy that is? What I'm showing you, okay? And 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 also, and the error code is 404, right? What is the error code on your keyboard? Where does it say it? How come it doesn't say it? What does 404 mean on your computer? Yeah, 404 is a status that tells the web user that his requested page is not available. Or an error. I remember it saying error, right? That it would say error code. Yeah, 404 is error code. Anyway, also, what does Jesus equal? Look at this. Man, see, folks, this is what happens when you're doing. I've already done 2 long videos earlier. I deleted them, and now it's midnight here, and I don't sleep well as it is. I shouldn't be doing videos just late at night, but I just wanted to get this out. That way, people could watch it in the morning. Okay, so I'm almost done. Hold on. I'm almost done. This is what happens when you don't come prepared. All right. So here's the last thing. If you don't believe what I'm showing you here, so remember, so Jesus equals 74, and the reduced number of 74 is 11, because look, 7 plus 4 is 11. You see, but Jesus equals 7411 on the gematria calculator. And why am I showing you this? Because look, if you use the prime numbers for Jesus's name, 74th prime is 373, the 11th prime is 31, and you get 404. You see the error code. You see that? That's why they made the error code 404. That's why they killed the king on 404. Are you understanding what I'm telling you? And he was born in the 404 area code, Martin Luther King. It's complete mockery what they're doing. All right, do you understand what I'm showing you? All right. This is the kind of stuff that they do. And it's, like I said, it's supernatural what I'm showing you here, okay? And anyway, it doesn't matter. And listen, and you know, oh, Kennedy was the 44th inauguration. The 44th inauguration of a president was Kennedy's, and he was killed. Kill equals 44. He was supposedly killed. Then you have Obama, who's the 44th president, right? But and he's born on August 4th. But see, it's not Obama. That's the one. It's Trump. Obama's the 44th president, but he's actually the 43rd person to become president. Trump is the 44th person, 45th president. See what I mean? See, that's why he's the 44-45, and MLK, the date was 4-4, but it landed on the 4-5 day because it was a leap year. So normally it would have been the 4-5 day of the year. So that's why when MLK died, it was the 44-45 connection because of the leap year. And Trump is the 44-45 president. And because that's why Obama had to have the connection to August 4th, because Trump needs that connection, and he's got that connection with Obama being the president before him, right? Because the 44th president had to have that connection to the August 4th. Okay. Anyway, folks, anything else you guys want to say? Because, like I said, it was mainly because of the TikTok thing that I was coming on here. And let me just show that one Elvis clip again. So today, Trump started his party, his victory parties in Virginia, I guess. He went to some party. The very first thing when he went into the party, this is what he saw. He saw this.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 47th President of the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, the 47th President.
Here's Trump right here, and here's Melania right in front. You see? And it says it right here in the article. Let me just show it one more time, because I showed it earlier already, what I'm showing. But let me just show the article again. That way you know that it was today. So look, Trump arrives in Washington as inauguration celebrations begin with Elvis impersonator. See? And the Elvis impersonator, his name was Leo Days. What happened? What did I do? What the hell? Oh. His name was Leo Days. And Leo is the ELO. EL means God and the O is the crown, right? And Leo is the August month. So it's another connection with Trump, because Trump's going to get his head won on August 4th in Ohio. Anyway. There's other stuff we could have said, but any last questions, folks? Yeah, I'm still messed up. Instead of going to the doctor, I just started taking ibuprofen. Yeah, my body's still aching, folks. I've got serious arthritic and spinal stenosis issues. Arthritis. But anyway, I don't want to talk about that. What else you guys want to say before I end the chat? I need to end this video. I want to keep it as short as possible, because I might leave it up for a while. Oh yeah, Meatloaf's surname was Days. Oh, that's interesting. My eyes, I can barely see what people are writing. Because you know why? I'm looking too much into the phone screen. It's hurting my eyes. I can't even see anything. Anyway, God bless all of you. And like I said, the and by the way, if you haven't seen for the new people, if you haven't seen my video about the TT and the PP, just keep watching the live streams and you'll eventually see it, because the TT and the PP are the references to the Antichrist. And I'm going to be redoing that video anyway in the future, because that's how important it is, but first I have other ones to do. But anyway, any last words, folks? Oh, there was protests in Washington State too. Anti-Trump protests. We'll see if he's going to keep going. Tomorrow and the next day. We'll see, because he's doing his. He has another bunch of parties and rallies tomorrow, or whatever the hell, victory rally, tomorrow, and then when I say tomorrow, I mean basically today. It's almost midnight here. On Sunday, and then Monday's the inauguration. So we'll see what what protests and stuff's going on. Anyway, any last words, folks? I'm gonna delete I'm not gonna delete the video. I'll leave it up for a day or so, or at least until TikTok comes back. Because, like I said, Trump's gonna resurrect the TikTok. That's what this whole thing's about. He's gonna resurrect the Antichrist. Okay, that's what Trump is here for. Is not only to him getting resurrected, but he's gonna resurrect Elvis, who is the real Antichrist. And it's already been resurrected, Elvis. He's everywhere. And Elvis is the real Antichrist. Trump is the image of the Antichrist. He's the Antichrist in the flesh. They're copying what God did, because, of course, it's a counterfeit version of it, and they're not actually going to resurrect. But when Jesus was walking the earth, because he was God in the flesh, God was still in heaven, the Father. So that's what they're doing here. Elvis is playing God in heaven. Trump is playing Jesus, in the flesh, and it's like Superman, Clark Kent. Trump is like Clark Kent. Elvis is Superman. Or Bruce Wayne, Bruce Wayne is Trump, Batman is Elvis. You get what I'm saying? All right. I can't. I got to end the chat. I just meant, if you have any questions about anything I showed, or anything, any kind of news that you guys want to talk about, ask me those other kind of questions in another video. Yeah, there's a reason why he's the Trump. Yeah. Yep. The trumpet. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. The August month is the Leo days. Yeah. All right, folks. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you guys. And by the way, it's kind of late. That's why we don't have many people in the chat. It's kind of in the middle of, it's too early in some places, too late in some places. That's why we don't have many people commenting. But yeah, I'll see you guys in 9 to 10 to 11 hours from now. 9 to 11 hours or 10 to 12 hours. All right. All right. God bless all of you. I'll leave the video up till tomorrow. End of video.